happy, what is it, the date? Always look. Happy March 7th. Today is the full moon in Virgo. And I had a little idea of a spread that I wanted to share with you and thought maybe you would like to play along with me. So Virgo is known for details, isn't it? Practicality, but Virgo is also a very loyal sign. Virgos have high codes of ethical conduct. Hey guys, and Virgos are also about loyalty, honesty, and Virgos are your ride and die. They may be a quiet ride and die, but that is what Virgo brings to the table. Now, as you have the full moon in Virgo, with the light fully illuminating issues around ethics and morality and loyalty, I thought that tonight would be a really good idea to do a spread around any betrayal trauma you may be encountering today or this month. So it is a very simple spread. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions. You can do just one card or a bunch of different cards, but this is about helping you resolve any betrayal trauma, especially betrayal that's happened over the last month or so. So we're going to process it, we're going to work through it, and then we're going to be ready to release it and move on for the next lunar cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about each of the positions, and then at the same time I'm going to do an example of each of the positions. So if this feels like it resonates with you, then it's for you. Or if not, then it's just a cool example for you to just put away somewhere for your own tarot edification. So I have 7 cards for 7 positions. So first position, betrayal. Thinking about some situation where you have been betrayed by somebody. We're going to pull a card just on the current state. What is it? What is the betrayal? And what I pulled, and I'm using the Moonchild Tarot, is 4 of Cups. Now in this position, 4 of Cups may indicate that the betrayal was around somebody else taking advantage of something while you weren't looking. You were busy looking at some other details. Somebody saw an opening to profit in some way, and so they took that cup in the clouds while you weren't there. And the implication is that they knew that this offering was maybe for you, or was connected to you in some way. And they threw you under the bus in order to grab it for themselves. So we don't need to, so the other part of this is then, oftentimes when we have betrayal, it's like, how could this person do this to me? Like, how? And often it lies in, what is the story? What is the validation that they're telling themselves in order to make what they've just done okay? Because nobody believes that they're bad guys, do they? Everyone wants to be the hero of their own story. So this is the second piece. What's the story that the betrayers are telling themselves about this? And what I pulled was 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is, in this instance, I would see it as something like, that you had to be sacrificed, that they had to abandon you in order to grasp the golden ring, to move on to some other level, that you were something that was just old hat or unworkable. And so there's very much a transactional nature here in the story that they're telling themselves. And that is 4 of Cups. Hey guys. Thanks for those of you who are coming in live. So then, what's your relationship to the story? So we heard there, what are they telling themselves? But also, what are you telling yourself as a result of going through this betrayal trauma? And the card that I pulled for that is the Universe. Now, in this position, I would see the Universe as that maybe you are applying an isolated case and you are applying it globally across your life, or that the trigger of this betrayal is pulling up things from lots of other areas of your life, that the internal response may even be bigger than the actual violation. that's really good to know. Be like, wow, am I really spiraling this out more than it really needs to be? Am I getting in the way of processing this betrayal trauma in a way that is gonna make sense for me? Yes. So how do we fix that? What do we do with that? Well, first we want to know, what is ultimately the lesson for me in all of this? What is the lesson for me in this betrayal trauma that I have been operating under? And for the example, I pulled 3 of Pentacles. Now, I would read this as very important lesson would be around who you're choosing to be on your team, who you're choosing to work with and why, and make sure that your vetting process is much better than it was before the betrayal. And then the next one is, how can you best validate your feelings? Because we all know that the road to mental health problems often come from us not holding those feelings carefully and validating them. We just shove them down and keep going, and that just doesn't work. So how do we validate the feelings? Interestingly, the card that I pulled for this was the Devil. So the Devil showing up around betrayal, trauma, processing of feelings is, watch any feelings of shame. Any feelings of shame that are coming up, that this betrayal and betrayal trauma has arisen inside of you. Let's not let it trigger our inner critic and take it where it does not need to go. That is huge. That's really important information. So then what do we do? How do we let go and heal? Wonderful next card. Ace of Cups. How do we love? Who do we love? Who loves us? Come back to those that have a good moral compass and those that really do have you in their sights and best interests. Sometimes when we feel we've been betrayed, especially with that world card, that global card, we can feel that we can't trust anyone. But that's not true. The way we're seeing the world is mediated through the trauma that we may be feeling, and it's not accurate. So we have to find the helpers. That's always the only way forward. And finally, what do you take with you? As a result of going through this process in this full moon in Virgo, how do you process what has happened to you so that you can move forward in as healthy of a place as possible? And I pulled the Emperor card. Now, I love the Emperor card here because the Emperor card is really about you owning your sovereignty and also being clearer than at any point in your life around your boundaries and who deserves your talent, who deserves your time, who deserves your love, who deserves your affection, and being clear that you get to decide who that is. So that is the spread for betrayal trauma for today in this full moon in Virgo. If you came in late, you can hit rewind on this later and go through it and let me know how it was. I love that about Virgos. Virgos are those ride and die friends, but in a quiet way. Like Capricorn, that's in a loud way, but Virgo is in a quiet way. They're the ones on the phone making sure, even if you're in the Amazons, that they're going to get your ass home. You know, they're like calling the medvac. They have got it all together. Virgos are going to get you home no matter what. I love Virgos for that reason. Virgos often don't get the rap that they deserve. But Virgos are the ones that if there is red tape that your health insurance plan or whatever, they are going to find the way forward. They persevere. They don't give up on those that they love. And that is the energy as you may be processing whatever trauma or betrayal that happened to you over the last month. This is how we're going to process it and move forward as completely healthfully and done with that BS as possible. Totally. Yay, Virgos. I love my Virgs. I love them. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Is that L. Hendricks? I'm so glad that you love my book. I'm so glad you're getting good ideas. They're very kind of you to say, and thank you for showing up. So do this spread if you can tonight. Let me know how it works for you, and let's all move forward with as much trust and care and transparency and honesty as we can for one another. I will be back tomorrow. There's a couple things going on. I will be with Kate Murrah of Group Tarot on YouTube. We're going to be doing a live talking about the book. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to be part of a wonderful group of friends, Astrological Tarot, Michelle. We're going to be doing free readings tomorrow night at 7 Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you there, guys. And until then, have a wonderful and beautiful full moon in Virgo. Bye.